Grand Rising, 0600 hours, 34 minutes. Friday, June 25th. This is 2021. This is part two from video, the live recording on June 24th for the time capsule for my brothers and young men that hear this. This is not about hate. This is about recovery of a African descendant man after, before, and the knowledge before you get into a relationship, the mindset. And that's why I wrote, stop destroying our sons, brothers. And the reason I said and wrote that is because I grew up with a single mother. And one thing also that I asked her about women, and even so presented before me, my mother, she never talked about women in a bad way, but she also never said anything or told me anything about women. Why is that? But men, but the greatest thing about me, I'm happy I'm the big brother. My sister, it took her a while, but I'm having a big brother. You know, single mother with no father in the home with a brother that can actually stand by and live by his words, how much that means. All the stories I hear is about women. I learned what women do and how men act through my brother. You ever hear that before? You have sisters. Have they ever said that to you? Has your sister ever said, my brother was this way? I see how he treated women. My brother had 2, 3, 4 women. 2 would be fighting over him. The other 2 wouldn't care. And then all this, it's never good. When a man has multiple women, that's why I don't diss nobody choices or whatever. But for me, it's hard enough to have one woman. And even in the word, they say, the man that was a hoe was the wisest man. A man that can have multiple women, he is one of the wisest men, because women don't have, and I always say this, if women think if women channel their energy to nurturing, our sons and daughter wouldn't be this way. Because if we give credit to every societal race of women saying they run the house, their kids are better, their sons are doing better, who do you think that really falls on? It's not to blame women. And that's the thing. If we keep sugarcoating the truth or the understanding of our roles, our nature, our innate, what is your innate ability as a man since you came out of your mother womb, whether you had your father there and your mother was so loving, nurture, like she was nurturing but her way, but so great, because I can't say nothing bad about my mother or father. I could say my mother might have missed something, but that's not bad. She just missed it. Wow. We make big deals about that. And my father, okay, he wasn't the greatest father as in being there and doing, but I can't say nothing bad about him because I don't have no pent up negative energy. Because you know what happens? That's why the children came out that way. It's this pent up negative energy. And you know the greatest thing about brothers, the greatest thing about being rejected by a sister is that just showed you she's not for you. Or not even rejected, being not you did not gravitate toward her. That's the greatest thing about the sister you want or you desire to be with. It didn't go the right way. That's actually a good thing. That's why I say I would never say I'm angry or mad about my situation of dealing with that woman, because it can be worse. My example is through the men that experienced something I didn't. Like I'm definitely gonna be a father one day. My biological child. That means my seed is gonna produce a child with a woman, a born woman with a female uterus in the womb. She's born that way. Her ideals is not, that's okay. I don't do that's okay for anything. That's no such thing. However you direct your powers of energy, that's the direction it goes in. Stuff just don't happen out of the blue. You just don't get some special power because you got it. And if you got a gift, a present, that means there's a now in there. That's action. And so the mothers in the homes have to be very decisive. But that happens from, as a young man, he understands who he is. Who are you? Again, who are you and what is your purpose? But I'm asking you your purpose, but I'm going to ask you again as I asked before. I'm going to get back to that. Who are you? I am Otto Williams Jr. That is my name I was given, and I accepted that name. I did not belittle it. I did not bash it. I did not take away from it. I did not say I didn't want it. I didn't say that anything negative is what I put on it. Yes, we can have generational curses, but you don't have, you got a lifetime to be who you are. Life is not short. Life is what you make it. It's like to change the idea as in, let's say you're going somewhere. I don't care if you got a car. Everybody don't drive every second of the day. Sometimes you get in the car with other people or you go somewhere with other people. And you got to meet them there, whether you're in the car or going somewhere, or you got to meet them at the building, another place, event, or situation. Instead of saying, sorry, I'm late, here's a mind changer. What's your change of mind? Say, thank you for waiting patiently. You don't have to be sorry you late. We already know you late. But give credit more due. And this is what I do to my parents. I say, Mama, why you always using me in your talks? Because I said, you my example. I said, Ma, you wasn't out there with your ass out. You wasn't out there with your titties out. You know you were in with my father. I didn't see another man in your bedroom. You know how much respect that comes from that young man? You know how much respect that is compared to, oh, I'm a free woman and your son and daughter. You know our children are more innocent than this era of put your ass and titties out, or I gotta be hard and fight a dude because he stepped on my sneakers. You know how much respectful is when a child see your power. Trust me, my nephew, we've been in a situation, but he been knew my power, but now he know my power. Now as a father, and he hear what I was saying, he say, oh, my uncle may not have that experience, but my uncle have a life. His lifetime is a little more aged and seasoned than mine. So the things he said made sense, but at the time it didn't make sense. So if I send down my wrath of I hate black women, there was going to be a raft, there's going to be a wave. Whether you hear it, my voice is heard or not, because you know who's going to hear it. There's people out right now that we hear their voices. They hear what we're saying. Don't think that nobody's outside listening to you. Don't think your neighbor's son or daughter don't hear you. Don't think somebody don't hear you on your platform. Don't think nobody don't see you. I don't know why you think that. I know they see me. Because the parents will walk up to me. Oh, you're OJ. And say, okay. This is who my son's talking about. But you know what they saying about me? And it's not fake. You can always, how people say I'm cut from a different fabric. No, you're not. Because then my question is, what fabric are you cut from? Because to me, there's only two types of fabric. There's good and bad fabric. I don't see no other fabric. I don't know any other fabric. You got a good, a bad fabric. What fabric are you cut from? If you so much cut from a different fabric, because if you cut from fabric, you should be able to. So do you a role model to young men? You a role model to young women? Because if you watch these kids, they only mimic what we allow them to see and hear outside of our homes. They're mimickers. They're not chameleons. We are the chameleons because we're parents, because we're hiding. We're changing our colors. So when your fabric is always changing. Just because, like instance, a man want to start a business and he want to open up a liquor store. Now, he asked me about it. I'm saying I'm not gonna hate, but I will ask him, out of all the things you can have in this area, we already got 4 liquor stores because it's lucrative. You want to open up another liquor store? That requires no energy. You know what don't require energy? If I wanted to make money, I can easily manipulate people. You being manipulated. We being manipulated to buy their products. You know why you manipulate it? Because it's a name on it. We won't buy a product based on the name. Let's take instance, even our bread. You think it matter what bread you get for having a sandwich? So if you want a hamburger, let's get the buns. Okay. You think it matter that you got the buns that the one at McDonald's and Burger King have? You know you have the power and the energy to create that. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know you have the power and the energy to create your own bun and make it taste as that? That's all you gotta do is take your time. And that's the things we don't do in our society no more. We don't take our time. We don't open up our hearts. We don't open up our minds to be more than what our ideal cycle of good or bad can be. Sorry, most of the time when we talk, it's about bad stuff. And then when you talk about it, I love to go into detail. As I tell you, what's bad? Well, this is why it's bad. People say, well, that's not bad. That's your perspective. Well, that's not bad. In my perspective, you're doing exactly what I just described what bad was. Is as if a black man stab you and a white man stab you, they said that's the same thing. I said, oh, no, only thing that's the same is they stab you. So, and the person said, so the reasoning for being stabbed is both hate. I said, so, but what he did, he said, I will ask the white man why he stabbed me. But the black man stabbed you, already assumed. But you got to remember, how was this person talking to you? So if you're talking to a black woman and she's always, ask her about positive thing about black men. And now here you go, my positive thing. I think, and I know black women to be kind. My indigenous women, my womb women, to be loving, helpful. I didn't think of, my mind don't go to negative. My mind's telling me that when I approach a woman, which people say, oh, get out of that, go to different places. No, it's not really so much different places, it's the actual woman. How was she trained and taught? But if she had a good father or mother, she was guided and nurtured. And just because if a man or a woman walks around with the same race, that don't mean they're on the same side. That don't mean they are for the race. I have married black women talking to young black women, telling them to be with other race men. I don't say that. Young men ask me about that. I said, my choice is black women. I wish I could get off of that, but I can't. So whatever you choose, make sure, but don't worry about other race women when you're doing your choice, because this is your life. You know why this is your life? And you gotta remember, when you talk to your black women, there's already stigmas and stereotypes she will use for you, just like any other race do, and you won't use. Even a lot of black men will use against you. You can never be in trouble and be talking about good and how to be better. But some reason, your black brethren, he will use all the negative stereotypes as if he was another race walking down the street and he's seeing me, he's already showing hatred. That's hatred. Forget stabbing me. How do you see me before you pull out a knife? That's the whole thing. I don't know what caused them people to stab those people. I don't care what race they are. But how do you see me? Because if you already see me, because stop saying it's hatred. Because if you already see me as a negative person, or you hate, or some type of biases and prejudice, your reasoning is going to be different. I always want to hear the reasoning of somebody that wronged or hurt some. I love to hear the reason. I love it because I want to hear all the sides. I don't want to hear one side. That's hatred. Because most, and I can truly say this, it can sound silly. You could call it hatred all you want. Most of our crimes is based on what somebody else did to somebody else, and we're usually getting revenge. But we are exacting revenge on the wrong people. No, we should be exacting revenge on the mind. What was the mind frame? And if I'm gonna take somebody out, I'm gonna get in your mind. I'm gonna do all my best first before I take you out. Be like, hey, I'm gonna take you out. But that's what we're doing. In our sons' minds, we're destroying them. We're telling them that women are special. Women are great. I don't care about, I know that we tell women, I've dated them. I keep dating them. I don't know why. I don't know why. And people keep saying you're dating the wrong type of women. Who are you dating? And then when I get to know those same women, because you know what I do? I have fun. But I also talk about everything on the earth with you. I share with you my love. So if love is my seed, her honesty has to come true. Her honesty has to be her truth. Because as soon as a woman start wanting to diagnose me, I tell her, don't diagnose me because you will get me all wrong. Because what you're going to be caught, because what they talk to you from is from their hurt and pain. See, when I'm getting to know a woman and talking about women, I'm not talking about hurt and pain. I'm talking about experiences, fallible information that I read and I see. If I see information about black women, I'm gonna ask my family, women in my family, and then if I opportunity and chance and women not in my family, I'm gonna say, hey, is this true for you? But we need to stop destroying our sons and giving them information about how great every woman is, protecting them. No, show him about his family. So he'll have an example and choose better women, for wives and mothers, so that you can have better daughters. But if you always dissing, and I'm sorry, any black man that has a black daughter and you're talking about black women and black men, and you're propping up every race, you're always showing us in a negative light, I guarantee you, your child will hate black people. That's what happens. That's the truth. That's the overall truth. If you are a black man or a black woman, if you are a black father, and you always putting other race women over black women and dogging black women, and if you are a black woman and you allowing this to happen to you, and you have a daughter, especially daughters, I just saw I am resolve and resolution. So what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. We are our own destruction to ourselves. We know there are systematic institutions and indoctrinations that's printed that a lot of us don't see. I can tell that you follow indoctrination if you follow religion. If you work at a company, you make money, you has an organization. And if you always speaking about, I am the antidote, I did it, so you can do it too. That mean not in a positive way. I mean in a way saying, well, since I did it, there shouldn't be no problem. That's not true. There's no problem, but that's not always the solution. Have a great day. Stay hydrated. Be great in you. Be the best man, black man you can be. Don't allow none of these black men, not even me, to slade you and tell you that you are less than. You are the best man that's fit in the picture because you made you that way. You're the portrait. You're the version of yourself that can't be copied. It's authentic. It's so true. You know why? Every day you wake up out of your sleep, that's the proof. Hold on, my brother. You are great. Again, today, don't let nobody else tell you differently. Be the best of you. Do your all. If you got it, give. But if you don't worry about it because there's a next day. You don't want to be stumbling and falling in your less way. So I guarantee you, if you be true to yourself, love who you are, great things will come to you. Shalom, my brothers.